mute you guys. All right. Let's start seated. If you want to sit on a block, you can. Whatever is comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears and roll them down the back. One more time, roll them up towards the ears and roll them down the back. Think about rooting down through the sit bones, setting the hands maybe on the knees or on the heart and the belly. Somewhere in the self that is calling to you. Gaze can be half lidded, soft, or closed. Being present with the space around you, the four corners of your mat. Releasing anything beyond those four corners. Using this time to settle in. Connect to the breath. See if you can deepen the inhales and the exhales. See if you can even them out, holding at the top and at the bottom. I'm thinking about this idea of releasing into the earth, into the world. Maybe it's something that you are holding on to that you need to let go of, or maybe it's a positive energy, a love, something that you feel like the world needs more of, that you would like to send your own vibration out into the world. So whether something you would like to release or something that you would like to promote into the world from yourself, from your being, I invite you to bring something to mind. And then exhaling out all of the breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Open the mouth. Release. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Open the mouth. Release. One more. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Open the mouth. Sigh it out. And then just a few cleansing breaths in and out through the nose. See if you can cultivate that ujjayi sound, that kind of thickening sound on the exhale. Or you're almost trying to constrict the throat. Using that breath, calm the nervous system when you start to feel tired or overwhelmed or just not in the space that you think you're supposed to be. Coming back to that breath. See if you can cultivate the breath before letting the mind take over. If there's an intention that you'd like to set, or if you just want to foster that feeling of whatever it is that you are putting out into the world, bring that to mind. And then go ahead and flicker the eyes open. Thinking about our canister. So if you want to switch out your feet, if you're sitting cross-legged. Thinking about that canister. So low ribs, to the hip points. Take an inhale, lengthen, and then exhale. Feel that kind of cinching around. Do that again. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So front body in towards the back body, and then exhale. Really thinking about exhaling out all the breath. And then once you've got that canister shape, inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Squeezing these shoulder blades in and then drawing the shoulders down the back body. So bend one in towards the midline, bend two, drawing them down the back. Maybe the heart lifts just a little bit. Being mindful as the heart lifts that you're still keeping that core integration. The elbows can maybe tilt a little bit forward, feeling nice and strong with the triceps. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, release the arms up. And then cactus. Squeezing bend one, in, down for bend two, maybe heart lifts just a little. So the rooting sensation in through the sit bones, thinking about squeezing kind of everything in the lower bits in and up. One more inhale. Exhale, release the arms up. And cactus. Drawing them in and then down. Squeezing everything in at the lower part. Think about squeezing the hips towards each other, squeezing the sit bones in towards each other. Engaging through the thighs and the hips as your arms are starting to really fire up. And then slowly start to drag like you're trying to go through thick mud. The elbows down, 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 coming in towards the sides. Keeping a really firm engagement here, pulse the hands back. It's like you can't really move, but you can really move. So you're creating a lot of resistance here with the arms, squeezing the shoulders in towards the back, pushing the arms, the hands back. Squeezing the lower bits in. You can feel this, right? I know I can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, release them up. Exhale, left hand by the left hip, reach the right out, up and over. However you want to do this, whatever you need here. Releasing the core, just letting everything be really soft here. But then thinking about drawing the left shoulder back and then the right shoulder back and down. Kind of coming away from the ears of the shoulders. Opening up just a little bit more with the heart. And then start to engage through the core area, thinking about drawing that in. And then exhale, release. Right hand goes kind of diagonal with the left knee. Reach it forward. That right sit bone may come up, it may not. And then bring the left hand up to meet it. Taking 3 breaths here, just kind of feeling out if you push into the hands or if you want to pull forward, just opening up through that right side. See where your body needs you to be right now. And then walking the hands towards center. Reach, 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 reach them forward, opening up underneath the armpits. Engage through the lower abdominals. And then walk the hands back towards center. You can go ahead and flip out the legs or the ankles. If you're starting to feel a little crunchy in your feet. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Bend one, in, down towards the back. What's the lower parts of you doing? You've got it. Now here, pulse the elbow tips back. So try to keep the elbows and the hands in one line as you're pulsing the hands back, keeping everything in the lower part of you very, very still and very, very active. Finding some stillness. Hold, squeeze, in, bend down, and then slowly, 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 like you're going through thick mud, slow motion, draw the elbow tips in towards the midline. As you do so, just paying attention to what is releasing and what is keeping engaged. And then once you're in, squeeze again. And just pulse those hands back. Release any tension in the face and the neck. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release the arms up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, right hand, right hip, or on the mat next to the right hip, excuse me. And then just bend up and over to the left. Let everything be soft here. And start to bring some engagement. So right ear away from the, or right shoulder away from the ear, left elbow, or left shoulder, excuse me, goes kind of down and back. Open up the heart towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Two more breaths. Exhale, fold over that left knee, or right knee, excuse me. You can bring the right hand up to meet it if you'd like. Keep reaching and breathing. And then walking the hands to center. If you pulled and reached forward last time, push into the hands this time and vice versa. Walking the hands back towards the hips. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right hand plants. And back up to center. Just going at your own pace here. Maybe you want to just keep going side to side. Maybe you want to fall forward and round through the spine and make some big circles and go in reverse. Whatever you want here. Being a bit creative. Hanging out wherever feels a little sticky. Warming up through the spine and the side body. Two more breaths. And then coming back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. This time, forearms touch. Chin comes towards the sternum, thinking about rounding through the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, forearms touch. Exhale, cactus. Thinking about drawing the front body in towards the back body as you're moving through this motion. Connecting your body to your breath. Two more. Last one. And now just plant the hands in front, coming into a tabletop position, so uncrossing the legs. Stretching them out into a plank position and just walking out the knees here. Finding some stillness, holding your plank, push up, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, thinking about all four corners of the hands pushing into the mat, Hips are high, and then walk the dog. Be as expressive as you'd like. Inviting lots and lots of movement here. Coming into some stillness, start to lower the shins. So hover, neutral spine, hover those shins for 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, tuck the toes touch. Widen through the knees, push back into a quick little child's pose position. Reach the fingertips forward. Let the forehead come to the floor. And just go right and left with the forehead if that feels okay and you're able to reach it. If you're not, no big deal. Coming back up onto our tabletop position, let's just do a few wrist stretches here. So fingers towards the outside of the mat, wrists are in. I'm just kind of doing some circles around the hands. You're making the fingers a little bit wide. Using your own body weight, creating a little bit of pressure. Finding that space between effort and ease. Don't want any hurting or pinching, but feeling out if this feels all right. Walking or fingertips facing towards the front. Let's do some palm peels. So lifting the right wrist up so just the fingertips are facing, are laying on the mat, and then the left and the right. Just going back and forth, maybe doing both. It's really hard for my brain and my body to do both, but I'm working. And then if it feels all right, fingers facing towards the knees, thin skin side of the wrist face forward. Widen out the fingers. Grip the fingers tips into the mat and then lean back just a little bit. And then release the engagement in the fingertips and come out of it. And then lean back. And then just 2 more breaths of anything else that you feel like you might like. Planting the hands. Find some stillness in your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, push into the hands, lift the hips. Bring the hands to the outside of the mat. So you're gripping the mat in your downward facing dog. Widen through the elbow. So bend into the elbow so your forehead starts to come towards the floor. And then exhale, push in straight into the elbows. Bend into the elbows and extend. Think about keeping an engagement through the core for 3, 2, 1. Planting the hands back towards the middle of the mat. Come high up onto the toes and just tippy toe yourself back to the top of the mat. Coming into forward fold here. You can interlace the hands and the elbows. Opposite wrist, opposite elbow. Come into a little bit of a ragdoll. And pushing into the heels, slowly rolling up to stand. Coming back to your intention. Looking at your feet, feeling them into the earth like it's the first time that they've stepped into the ground and it feels just magical. Close the eyes. Hands by your side. See if you can stand up a little taller. What other things can you soften while standing tall? Maybe you're swaying, maybe you're still. Exhale out all the breath. Take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth side out. Open the eyes, circle, sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Take an inhale. Exhale, forearms touch. Noticing what happens with your pelvis, just paying attention. Keep everything downstairs as still as possible. Take an inhale. Exhale, open it up. Sit down into a chair pose with cactus arms. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Holding in this plank, feeling a nice firm foundation. Bending into the elbows, send the elbows towards the toes. Engage through the core, engage the arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Isometrically drag the heels of the hands back towards the knees. We're going to slowly lower. That could be you slowly lower in 1. I'm going to do a 5 count. Hang with me as much as you'd like for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extending the legs out, getting a firm foundation, tops of the feet, tops of the thighs, so the knees lift. Hands come into tense on the outsides of the mat. Elbow tips are high. Foreheads towards the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, heart and head lift. Maybe just a little, maybe a little bit more. Doesn't matter. Draw the shoulders in and down for 3 breaths. On an exhale, forehead finds the floor. Plant the hands back underneath the shoulders. Push back through child's pose, plank, however you want to. 2 breaths, and then I'll see you in downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, left foot goes more towards the center of the mat. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Push the floor away. Send it back, 3-legged dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee towards the nose. And then step your foot in between your hands. However it gets there, move your hands, however, doesn't matter. Setting up for a crescent pose, feet are on railroad tracks. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Fingers wide. Broaden through the shoulders, but don't lose the engagement in the core. So pelvis tucks a little bit more towards the floor, or tailbone tucks more towards the floor. Back leg is either bent or straight, and then bend more into that front leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, forearms touch. Hold here. Take one inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Whew. Strong legs here. Check your alignment. Look over that middle finger, then more into that front leg. Tuck the pelvis, tuck the tailbone. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten through the legs, all 10 toes face forward. Arms reach up, star pose. Exhale, squat down into goddess. Toes out, heels in. Right elbow, right thigh. Crunch. Take an inhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Now, if you want to exhale down and inhale up, that's up to you. Doesn't matter to me. One more each side. Squat low. Follow me. Left toes go towards the front edge of the mat. Back foot goes parallel. Warrior two, other side of the mat. Left arm forward. Left knee forward. Bend. Reach it forward, reverse it. On your exhale, straighten through that front leg. All 10 toes face forward. Star pose. Goddess. Just your feet. They're not stuck there. Exhale all the way, all 10 toes face forward. High stance pyramid towards the beginning part of our mat. So right foot is forward. Tuck that right hip back. Left hip more forward. We're going to stay straight up here. Tone through both glutes. Take an inhale. And then exhale, just fold forward, maybe 45 degrees or so. Working on engaging through the core. Bend through the front leg. Lift off through the back leg and step it forward. Whew. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of moving. But hopefully it was fun. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, cactus. Take an inhale. Exhale, forearms touch. Open up to cactus. Sit down in your chair. Tone through the glutes. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Palms come through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step back plank. You can hold here or go down to your knees. We're lowering for 5 again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And maybe you lowered in 1, and that's perfect too. Maybe some flop. That's also lowering in 1. Up to you if you want the funky cobra with the hands onto the outsides or your hands underneath your shoulders. You now have options. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. For 2 breaths. Forehead finds the floor, push back, child's pose. Lift the hips, down dog. Left leg lifts. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Push the floor away. Send it back. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Push the floor away and step that left foot forward. Awesome. Feet are on railroad tracks, setting up for crescent. Take an inhale. Strong legs first, and then come up. Ooh. Noticing your hips. Kind of adjusting, seeing where you're at in space. And then cactus the arms. Maybe you look up a little bit towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Tone through both glutes. Take an inhale. Exhale, forearms come to touch. On an exhale, open up warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Bend into the front foot. Take an inhale. Exhale straight through the front leg. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Arms up. Goddess pose. Heels in, toes out as much as you need. Think about tucking the pelvis. If you're like me, at least, I gotta tuck my pelvis. 4 on each side. When you're back in center, open up into warrior two, right arm and right foot forward. Reach that right arm forward, peaceful warrior. Breathe into that right side body. Exhale, straighten through that front leg. Star pose. Tone through the glutes. Tilt the pelvis a little forward. Whew. And then goddess. Straighten through the both legs. All 10 toes face towards the, I think that's your left side of your mat. I don't know. That side of your mat. Shift the hips. So that back heel is really, really high. The front leg is micro bent. Shoulders are away from the ears. Just getting in some of the foundation here. Tone through that right glute. Feel an opening in the right hip flexor. And then maybe you want to fold forward using your abdominals. Bend into the front leg. Hop off and float just for a second. And step the right foot to meet the left. We're going to go through it one more time. We're not going to do all the ab crunches, and we're not going to hold for very long at all. But you know where we're going. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, step back and plank. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, and lower the chest. Take an inhale, and then open up for Urdhva. Lift the heart for Cobra for 2. Forehead finds the floor. Push back, child's pose, or right into down dog, whatever you want. We're going to skip the knee to nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. And the right leg steps forward, however you can get it there towards the top of the mat. And raise the arms up for crescent. Cactus your arms. Tone through the left glute. Forearms touch. Take an inhale. Exhale, open up into warrior 2. So you're almost like pulling a bow back with your left hand, creating a little bit of resistance, having a little fun. Straight into the front leg, coming to a star pose. Squat and goddess. Just once. Open up warrior 2, the other side. Reach it forward and reverse. Straighten through that front leg. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat again. Star pose, feel big, take up space, smile, and goddess. All 10 toes are going towards the right side of the mat. Front leg is more straight. Shifting the hips, noticing here. And we're gonna go right into that lunge, so bend into the front leg. Tone through the right glute and the left to lift the left leg. Woo! Step the left leg down to meet the right. Awesome. So exhaling out all the breath. One inhale. Open the mouth, side out. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, forearms touch. I forgot that the other time. Exhale, cactus. Take one inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Lower the knees. Lower the chest. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, forehead finds the floor. Meet me in down dog, however you get there. Inhale, left leg lifts. Stepping the left foot in between the hands towards the top of the mat. And then adjusting your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Tongue through both glutes. Shift the hips. Notice. Forearms touch. Open it all the way up. Warrior two. Straighten through both legs. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Star pose. Goddess. Shoulders in and down. I keep forgetting. Open up, warrior two to the other side. Right arm forward, right knee bent. Shoulders away from the ears, firming through the legs. Reverse or peaceful warrior. Straighten through both feet. All 10 toes face the long edge. Star pose. Feel that in your shoulders. Bend into goddess. High stance, pyramid left. All toes face towards the left. I don't even know left or right anymore. Shifting through the hips. And then launching off. So bending into the left knee. Tone through both glutes. Lift the right leg. Step the right leg to meet the left. Whew. Awesome. Coming into a malasana squat. So feet more than hip width, toes out, heels in, slowly coming down to a bit of a squat. Triceps on the inside of the thighs. Then think about long line from the crown of the head through the sit bones. We're not here long. And then bring the hands behind you, supporting yourself to come down to a seat. Feet, legs are straight, coming into Dandasana. So flexing through the feet. Thinking about still a really long line from the sit bones to the crown of the head. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, fold forward. Flat back or round, you choose. You want to grab onto the calves or the thighs. Maybe a flatter back. Take an inhale to lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold into that space you've created. And then wherever you are, soften. Got 4 more breaths here. And then slowly walk the hands back towards the hips. Coming into a wide-legged position. Moving the fleshy bits out from underneath you, sitting up nice and tall. Folding over to the left first. So take an inhale, sit up nice and straight. Use your hands to actually maneuver your chest more over that left leg. Flexing through the left foot. Take an inhale, and then exhale, start to walk over that left leg. Right hip may come up. Just notice if it feels better to fold more or to sit that hip down. I don't know. For me, it feels better to sit the hip down and kind of open up the right arm and chest open. For you, it might feel different, but just noticing here, you might just want to fold right over that leg. I have no idea. 3 breaths. And then your exhale, start to walk the hands towards the center, coming into a little wide-legged forward fold. See if you can find some length in the spine, taking an inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Even if you don't move any differently, you are creating space. Using that breath to create length and move into the space. Walking the hands back towards the center. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk the hands over the right leg. Flexing through that right foot. Take an inhale. Think about a nice flat back. Straighten through the crown from the sit bones. And then fold over that right leg. See if you can mirror whatever you did on the other side. 2 more. And then exhale, release to center. Bringing the feet, soles of the feet together in a butterfly position. Take the forearms to the inside of the thighs, pushing into the thighs and then pushing the legs into the forearms, creating a bit of resistance here. And then pushing the heels, the toe mounds, and that other part of your foot, whatever that part is, in towards each other. Instead of nice and tall. Your heel, toe mounds, the other part. All I know is looking at my feet, it's definitely pedicure season. Ooh, all right, release. Take the hands towards the outside of the thighs. Think about drawing the shoulders in and back and down. Sit up nice and tall, and then push the hands into the thighs and the thighs into the hands. Push the soles of the feet together. Root down. Exhale, release. Bring the knees in towards each other. Give yourself a hug. Bring the hands behind the thighs. Do a few rock and rolls on the back. Don't worry about engaging anything. Just kind of be a little loose here. And then the next time you're back, just go ahead and stay back. Leave arms and legs kind of hang in the sky. See if you can soften the shoulders into the mat even more. Think about plugging the legs into the hips. Press the right leg over the left of the thigh and bend into the knees. Press the right arm over the left and then just kind of add a little bit of a pressure, maybe on the forearm or the wrist with the left hand. Just doing a bit of a pec stretch. Release the legs, keep the arms. Send the legs up and over to the right. Get a little bit of a twist in here. If you want to loop the left shin underneath the right knee, you can. Doesn't really matter. Still a nice stretch in the arm and the hip and the legs. Gentle twist. Gonna look up and over to the left, you can. Drop the right shoulder away from the ear. And then release the left hand from the arm. Send the right arm out towards the side and then the left. You can do goalpost arms. Eyes back towards the sky. Take an inhale, tone through the glutes, lift up the knees and bring them back towards the center. Legs up towards the sky, cross opposite leg over, and then cross the left arm over the right, or over the chest. Thinking about just kind of situating it so you can feel a good stretch. And then releasing the bind with the legs. Keeping a core engaged, send the legs up and over to the left. Hips are really tight, so I'm using my left ankle over the left thigh. A little bit of pressure. You may or may not like that. I have no idea. If you want to look over to the right, you can, or you can stay looking towards the ceiling. Appreciating your body for getting you through this class. Release the legs, look back towards center, release the hands. And then just doing a bit of a spinal reset. So heels, knees towards the sky, heels just a little bit farther than the fingertips, robot arms, push into the triceps, push into the heels, lift the hips an inch or two. And then just slowly lowering vertebra by vertebra, the low back down to the floor. Bring the thighs towards the chest, coming into a very, very quick happy baby. Maybe active, maybe passive. Maybe you want to roll on your side. Maybe you want to extend the legs, whatever you like here. Just getting out any last little bits. You worked really hard tonight. Your body is so happy. Your mind is even happier. And then extending the legs out. Getting ready for Savasana. The feet and the legs be really heavy. Just kind of let them fall out. The hands are along the sides, palms up to receive, and palms down to ground. Bringing the gaze internal. Thinking about softening through the space between the eyes, behind the eyes. Letting the jaw be soft. The neck be soft. The shoulders and the back are supported from the earth. Release any connection to the breath. Feel the hips be very heavy into the earth. As are the legs, the calves and the feet. Doing a scan of the body, seeing if there's anything else you can soften as you enjoy your Savasana. We receive from the world what we give to the world. The happiness and love you feel is in direct proportion to what you give. When we focus on the powerful, the magical, and the beautiful parts of life, the universe and ourselves continue to benefit. Bringing some awakening awareness to the fingers and the toes, maybe even rolling out the wrists and ankles. Reaching the arms overhead. Reaching the fingertips and the toes in opposite direction. Taking a nice deep inhale. Feeling how much longer, taller, stronger you are. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, bring your knees in. Give yourself a hug. And tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell yourself that you're proud of yourself. Might be the only time you've done it all week. So really mean it. You're proud of yourself not just for this class, but for so many other things. Rolling onto your favorite side. Taking one last moment. Honoring yourself in your practice. And then taking the top hand and pushing it into the floor and coming up to a seat. Right hand to heart, left hand crosses over, feeling the beat of your heart. Feeling the love within, feeling the strength within, feeling the beauty within. Exhale out all the breaths. Take an inhale. Open the mouth, side out, release. One more inhale up. And let it out. So an honor to practice with you. Thank you so much.